go. Lou, you there?
Lou says that technical difficulties today.
There we
What's
go.
going on, Solutionaries, and welcome to another episode of Fixed Ops Friday. Welcome to the party. We have the incredible co-host over here, the one, the only Owen Moon, and the one, the only Brad Paschal. We are excited to be brewing with you all. So do us a favor, everybody. Tag a car guy, tag a car gal, and share. I'm in the back of a parts room. Who knows what I'm going to get to see? It may not be much, but I'm just excited to be back here having a cool little backdrop. That is not a digital backdrop, folks. This is the real thing. This ain't green screen. But what's going on? How you guys doing today?
Are you like in someone's basement over there, Lou? What are you doing over there?
I'm over here at the Lilliston Ford. I'm in the Lilliston Ford parts room, and Mayday is down at the store, and I'm trying to fight having very not good internet service on my phone over here, but we're gonna make do because we're solutionaries. We adapt and we keep moving. So what's going on? Where are you guys at today?
Well, I'm over here still in beautiful Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It is actually 80 degrees all week here. So after coming out of the winter that we had, everybody's in a lot better spirits around my part. So I'll take it. We're supposed to hit the golf course a little bit later, and hopefully we're here. Hopefully the snow's be in the rear view. So
I'm out in Amarillo. I just got back to Amarillo from Dallas. And yeah, it's in the 80s here too, so it's pretty nice. A little windy though. Definitely wouldn't be a good day for golf. Well, no day's a good day for golf for me because I can never find my ball when I hit it. Owen knows that. Owen knows that firsthand.
Well, listen, we've got a kind of a unique show today, and I'll kind of preface it a little bit. So. Obviously, Fred's not here today. It looks like he's got a wedding he's at, so we miss him dearly. Yes. Obviously, he lost a grandparent this week, so obviously everybody kind of keep in your prayers. But yeah, we've got a kind of a neat thing. So Brad and I, obviously have been kind of co-hosting this show now for probably about a year, maybe even a little over, and we had some. Kind of a shakeup at our company, and I thought, well, what better way to kind of let everybody know about it, kind of introduce it, than to actually come on here and do it. So about 2 weeks ago, Brad approached me and had kind of mentioned that he has taken another job with a different company. He had a really good opportunity and felt like it was kind of the next step in his career and his journey and that type of thing. And so we talked it through and obviously had a really good conversation about, how much he's helped us, not only as an organization, from a growth standpoint and, from a visibility standpoint and that type of thing. But, I kind of always knew that, eventually Brad would continue on his path to other things, and so, a lot of times in this business, relationships don't end well, right? Careers don't end well, jobs don't end well. And Brad and I go back way before he was an employee of mine. And we felt like this might be the best way to kind of bring this out. So, instead of having a guest on today, in a normal capacity, really our guest today is the one and only Brad Paschal. And I'm going to let Brad kind of, just talk a little bit about where he's going and what his new company is all about that he's representing and what he's going to be doing for him. And, I think that'll be a good way to kind of kick it off. So first off, just with, before I turn it over to Brad, I'm just going to kind of say, hey, Brad, thank you so much for everything you did for Fixed Ops Digital. You made us better. You made us more accountable. You made us stronger. and looking forward to collaborating in the future. Wherever both of our roads take us in the future. But with that, I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud of everything you've done in this industry. If I can leave you with anything, it's obviously just keep working hard and keep doing the right stuff, and things will work out in the end for you. So with that, Brad, the floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah, you're trying to make me cry over here, Owen. So I'm such a softie, man. I'm like, and my wife makes fun of me all the time. She's like, "You're such a softie." So well, I'll go into the new job and stuff like that. But the first thing I want to tell you, Lou, is the first time I ever went to a conference with Owen. So it's kind of a funny story. So we were going to. I was still in the dealership. Owen was working for Lot Links. We were going to Digital Dealer, and they messed up his hotel room. And so Owen came, and he stayed in my hotel room. And just for the record, it was the loudest snoring I've ever heard in my life. But we had a really good time. We had a lot of laughs. That's kind of what really cemented our friendship. And we laugh about it now. He actually ended up with this when he was working at that company. Instead of giving him like a cool sales thing for kicking butt, they gave him a big shark. So I got a picture somewhere of Owen crashed out with a shark in the bed, like a stuffed shark. So I'll try to find that maybe for a future episode for you guys. But yeah, Owen and Kevin at Fixed Ops Digital. There's not two better guys in the whole industry. So they do a fantastic job. We're definitely like brothers. We still text every day and make fun of each other and give each other a hard time and stuff like that. The team over there at Fixed Ops Digital, the performance managers, they're the best I've ever seen. So those guys and girls take really good care of the customers. They care a ton, and I'm definitely going to miss them because they coming from a previous company where every day was managing a fire. I didn't have as many, and I didn't know what to do. Yeah, I didn't know how to react to that. So it's been nice to go that way. I took a job with Dynatron Software, which is they've actually been on Fix Ops Friday before, and they've been on our Tactical Tip Tuesday. So they don't do anything really the same thing that Fix Ops Digital does, except for we focus on effective labor rate, warranty rates, stuff like that within the dealership. So if you kind of look at it as a whole, the easiest way I can explain it is it's like Viato for service, and then you have like Moneyball, like the movie type reports that you can run so that you can make tweaks and stuff like that to help efficiency. So I'll be a market president for Dynatron, which is primarily just in a sales role and helping dealerships and really kind of going out there. I got territories: New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, Kansas, and Oklahoma. So pretty good sized territory. So I'll be traveling in markets and stuff like that. And they kind of let us sell anywhere. It's all about very similar to Fix Ops Digital. We played a lot of zone defense, right? Where it's like, hey, it doesn't really matter until you help the customer and you get a enrollment in. So I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited for the guys at Fixed Ops Digital. They had a great new hire on the OEM team. They're making a lot of great strides when it comes to OEM programs. So I'm blessed to maybe contributed a little bitty small part to the company, and I'm super excited to see where you guys go. And I'll be a biggest cheerleader from afar. So
well, it's cool that you're doing with Dynatron what they're doing, because we talked about this. I just did a panel for the upcoming Fix Ops Roundtable, and you always talk about the 3 Ps, right? People, product, promotion. well, promotion is the marketing aspect, and it's always third for a reason, right? You don't want to go out and market. You don't want to turn faucets on if you're just going to, sort of, shit the bed, so to speak, with the opportunities. And I think what a lot of dealerships are starting to really get into now that they understand the power of their fixed operations department, they're now starting to get into training and processes and that sort of thing. And what we were talking about and what we have been talking about is when you're getting and doing a lot of training now and you're starting to kind of re-emphasize that and all that time, this is a perfect time to look at your technology, to look at your process, to look at your marketing and see where there's breakdowns, because a lot of times the new technology doesn't work with the old processes, right? So as you're out there training, it's not just about training, high level anymore and kind of that surfacey training that a lot of times you'll see. It's actually getting down to the studs and saying, to the foundation and saying, hey, what is this technology? How does it work? How does it incorporate into my life? And I think maybe that's where Dynatron can really continue to be of value to dealers that are using your software is, they're going to be able to give dealers a lot more, or they are giving dealers a lot more data about what's actually happening inside the stores that isn't necessarily always available. So definitely well needed in the industry, and I think it'll be a nice transition for you, especially coming out of the marketing side and maybe taking a little different lens at it. But I think it's something that most I've been hearing a lot more of it with the dealers I've been talking to, just from a training standpoint.
Well, what's really neat is that both companies focus on transparency and shining the spotlight on the service department, right? Which doesn't get done a lot. Even still, we've been talking about it for a year and it still doesn't get done. There's still massive amounts of opportunity on the marketing side, on pricing transparency, on maintaining your specials online. If you're not maintaining your specials online, guess what? You're probably not maintaining your pricing grid within the dealership, right? Because it's very similar to each other. So
100%.
So a lot of times there's different levers that you can pull to maximize that. And with all of the new Google updates that are coming out and EVs pending, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to gain business back, right? There's going to be a lot of opportunity. So now's the time to dial in your marketing. Now's the time to dial in your processes in the store and have the right people in place because, we're getting ready for an influx of EV customers over the next 10 years. And we really want to try to earn them back.
I mean, speaking
Louis, you there, bud? There you go.
I am. If you can hear me, it's fun riding this wave. Surfing the web. But no, it's for me, just watching this and hearing everything that you all are talking about. One, it's very rare. I would just have to maybe take a guess that many people would say that it's very rare to see a parting with the you all made the parting happen between Brad heading out and moving forward, and then to be able to give to him on his way out. That, folks, is honor. That shows that relationship has been made. And to be able to also honor and respect the technologies that everybody has and see how all of that fuses together to do what actually all of us are here to do. And that's make this entire industry better. We are better because we have each other and we have the best usage of our technology. I'm better because I have an Owen in my life, because I have a Brad in my life. Owen, how would you say, I mean, I'm sure that there's many ways that you would say it, but what would be some of the key ways that Fixed Ops Digital is better after the time that Brad has been able to spend with you all?
Yeah, obviously from a client standpoint, Brad brought on quite a bit of new business for us, especially, in those first year and a half as he was really focusing on that. So, having another sales, business development mind in the business definitely helped us with Kevin and I kind of being the sole sales reps for most of our existence. we also, about mid last year, I moved Brad into more of a VP of digital marketing role because we've really expanded our digital marketing efforts. And so there's a lot that goes into that, from Google Business Profile to just working inside those platforms and that type of thing. And so, Brad has been very instrumental on the growth we've had there as well. And then just even working inside the trenches with our performance managers. Brad in his last role was, I think they called him a little different position, but it was kind of a performance manager type role, in that, he was in the trenches every day working with the stores and that type of thing. And while I have a very seasoned team, I think everyone can kind of learn from each other. And so, that's the biggest thing that I think Brad, kind of brought to our organization, and will bring to any organization that he ever works with. And, that's not something that everybody, can say that they their strengths are, and I think that's one thing that Brad's strengths was definitely for us, was just, as a newer company. I think, when did you come on, Brad? 21, like right at the beginning of 2021. Yeah. I mean, we were still, we've pretty much doubled in size since 2021, so the growth has been there. And with growth sometimes comes growing pains, and it takes certain people that can kind of live inside that environment and excel in it. And not everybody's cut out for that. There's certain people where, either they've either been in this organization and then left early, or, we didn't hire them because we felt like they would not be a good fit in, I call it controlled chaos. Sometimes the chaos can get out there, but it's very controlled in a lot of things. And, sometimes it's not controlled. Sometimes it's just life hits us in the face, and we got to adjust to it. And, Brad's being a sports guy, obviously played some baseball growing up. It gave us, camaraderie and things that we could kind of all talk about. But also, you got to have those sports minded individuals in different positions. And I think that's something that we took a little chance on Brad. I mean, obviously, he was coming out of a different agency, and we talked about it and said, hey, you know what? He wasn't necessarily a fixed ops guy, nor were we when we first kicked this thing off. But it came pretty easy for Brad to learn it and then really make it a success. So I think that would be the biggest things I would say, that he flourished in this environment. So.
Well, they didn't know if I could sell anymore, right? Since I left the car dealership, they didn't know if I could sell anymore, which I didn't know if I could sell anymore. You know what I mean? And what I realized is, and this is what Owen, there's a couple things that I take away from fixed ops that has really changed my outlook on stuff and made me self-reflect, right? And I was thinking about this today. I was thinking about this yesterday on my drive back from Dallas. It was a good time to reflect and think about stuff. And the first thing that I learned is, man, it's all just helping people. It's just all helping people. Okay. It doesn't change when you go from one company to another. If the product's solid, it's just helping people. And a lot of times it's getting people out of their own way so you can help them. And so what I realized is that, a couple things I realized is, if I focus on selling stuff, my sales tank. If I focus on helping people, my sales go up, right? So that's the first thing that I remembered, and I credit that to, I used to never focus on sales when I was in the dealership selling cars, because I had a mentor like Damian Boudreaux that always told me, find my tribe, do this, love on people, And so I've really steered into him over the last couple of years, because I didn't know, coming from account management and being like an air traffic controller, I didn't know if I could still do it, if I was still good at it, and so
if you'd even like it, if you'd even enjoy it.
Yeah. I didn't know if I liked it, didn't know if it's, and so the other thing that I learned from Fixed Ops Digital, what's really important, is I'm a big idea guy, right? Like, I have ideas. You can ask Owen. I have ideas, so many ideas. And a lot of times I run the ideas through my brain before I ever say anything. But what I had to realize is there's different perspectives that you have to apply or filters that you have to apply to your ideas. For instance, in a company like this, when you're in management and you have ideas, when you're on your own or you're in a dealership, you can try it out, see if it works, right? When you have a bigger company like this, you have to figure out, hey, is this scalable? How are we going to implement this? So there's other layers of stuff that I had never thought about, because I came from a dealership where if I had an idea, I just did it, and I figured it out. Right. And so that's something that Owen and Kevin really kind of taught me, is like, bro, there's other lenses you have to look through before you can just come up with stuff. Now there was a lot of freedoms, which is really refreshing, because a lot of people won't let you be yourself, right? So we did Tactical Tuesday. This show actually started on Clubhouse. So there was a lot of freedoms that came with that I wasn't really used to, and I wasn't used to being that forefront, that sort of social media person in a long time since I've been on the vendor side. And so it's been a good thing for me, because it's made me more comfortable doing things like this. It's made me more comfortable public speaking. It's made me more comfortable doing, before I would do all my own presentations. Now, Owen and I would share stuff. Kevin would throw stuff in. And so it was much more collaborative, because you can't always come up with all of the ideas, right? You need your teammates and stuff like that. When you're in the dealership, it's a little bit different, because you're marketing, you're doing this, you're doing that. You might not have a team. It might be a one-man show. You got to learn 50 different things. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for the time that I spent there. I'm very grateful for all the lessons. I'm super grateful for Kevin and Owen. Even if it takes Kevin a couple years to close a deal, because we call him the river. He wears them down over time. So I had to throw that out there, one last jab at him. But there's not two greater dudes in the whole industry. So.
Well, now you're going to make me cry, man. Damn it.
And one thing that I said, right, that we say all the time, right, is we say this all the time. Owen says it, I say it, is this industry is too small to have hard feelings or do stuff like that. And so Owen and I talked about it, and we're like, man, we're going to hit this head on together. We're going to hit this head on together. We're going to put it on. We're going to put it on social media. We're going to do this on here together, because it's not fair for everybody to ask a bunch of questions and put a bunch of pressure on people and stuff like that. There's nothing but love between us, and you don't see that in the industry as much, right? And so Owen said this to me. He said, blessed coming in, blessed going out. So that's something right, that you hear a lot. Blessed coming in, blessed going out. So,
and you guys are blessed going in, blessed coming out, blessed in every direction that you go. The thing that's funny about it is that you all each have something that you're better because of. You have memories that you can't ever erase, and you have ground that you all have made in history that you're going to always be able to look back and celebrate on. And whatever the little things are that may happen in the meantime, in between us going in different directions, we do not have to be together in order to be unified. And you all are going to be able to show that to the industry in a way that we needed. We need a refreshing look at what it looks like when companies go different ways and friends remain friends. Because especially in this car business, people might change hats, logos, and uniforms very often. But you want to keep your friends close, because this is a small industry. You're so right, Owen. This is a small industry, and it's so important that you don't break this and you take care of the people that you really do love.
It's funny, because I played competitive softball for like 25 years, and it was a lot of in and outs, right? It was people, dismantling teams and other teams dismantling, and then half the teams come together. And it was funny, because for that summer, or those couple summers, everybody was like besties, right? Best friends, hung out all the time, everything that. And then the moment you switch teams, all of a sudden, you'd hear grumblings of things. And then all of a sudden they're like best friends with the next group. And you got to kind of keep your team, right? I mean, that's the thing about sports is that camaraderie. But, I always felt like, hey, you I call it pounding sand. You pounded sand with those guys for 3, 4, 5 years. And then all of a sudden, just because of some other reason, you're moving on, and now there's hate in the deal. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, it just doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, it's all about that relationship while we were there and while we were doing it. And I wish nothing but success for Brad. I think there'll be chance for some camaraderie and some, as we kind of dig into what Brad's product can do, I might be able to, bring some clientele over to him and say, hey, try this out or take a look at this, and obviously, vice versa and stuff like that. So no, at the end of the day, that's kind of like, why I thought this would be a good time to do this. Obviously, we will continue on with Fixed Ops Fridays. I've got a few guests already kind of lined up for the next few shows. But, I felt like this would be a really, really solid way to give Brad a good send off and tell him I appreciate him and good luck with everything he does. So,
man, I like I said, I appreciate it much, like so much. I appreciate Lou and Fred and those guys that are my brothers. I'm a little disappointed that you didn't wear your calf fry hat today, Lou, that I sent you. But I'll get over it.
Seriously though, there's going to be a nice little post for that. You'll like it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna miss doing the show. I think Owen and I will both be pretty active on David Long's clubhouse room. I think that's going to be something that's going to be really good. So we'll probably both be very active on there and be on there. And if you have any questions or you ever need anything, like I said, I'm still a marketing guy at heart. Owen knows, we were working on a Google My Business thing today. He sent me a text, says, hey, do you have this contact? Can I have this? And I said, yeah, absolutely. Here's this. So I'm never going to be that guy that turns anybody down, regardless if you're a vendor or a dealership or whoever, right? I did one the other day for like a roofing company of a GM's brother. So I really don't care. I just want to help people. I want to love on people. I appreciate the guys at Fixed Ops Digital more than they can ever know. Owen's one of my best friends in all of automotive. And we go to football games and stuff. We're making a plan to go watch the Minnesota Twins play. Still
got to do that hog hunt too out of the airplane.
Yeah.
That's got to happen. That's got to happen.
We need to get Fred and Lou out here when
there you go. We can do all that.
I mean, you already shot a gator, right? Right, Lou? You already shot a gator.
Yeah, Fred shot a lizard.
Yeah.
Fred got him a little gator. He got a little iguana.
Did you guys stuff it? Did you stuff it, Lou?
No, that one didn't get thick. Yeah, it should be mounted on the wall, just looking down like a frog or a lizard.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
It was good. But we would love to go on a hog hunt. Heck yeah, you do that from copters?
Yes.
You could do it from copters, but they also have like night vision. Like night vision, like thermal night vision and stuff like that. So the place that runs it is my friend Jeremy Simpson. Shout out to High Plains Hunts. So he does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of stuff. He's a car guy. So he's a longtime car guy. So you get along perfect with him.
Sweet. Heck yeah. Well, awesome. Well, speaking of getting along, folks, this is how it should be done. This is how we should be able to continue to keep growing inside of our industry and keep wishing each other the best and keep making things happen. Fixed Ops Digital is a better company because of the time that Brad Paschal was able to spend masterminding with Owen and the rest of the team to take it to the next level, while at the same time, Brad Paschal is a better professional and better for the entire industry because of the incredibles that he had the opportunity to be around at Fixed Ops Digital. And that's how the relationship should be. When we do keep our relationships over our revenue and we do love our people over our profits, we have great companies get built, but great people and great friendships get built on the in-between, and we get to see this industry better. I can't think of anything else that would be Brewing Solutions than being able to send somebody off to do great things in a good, honorable way. Our industry should be known for that better, and I believe that you all are showing the world exactly how to do that the right way, and that this isn't all talk, folks. Just so y'all know, this ain't fluff. Okay, this is the good stuff. They're really, truly, sincerely looking out for each other, and they care about each other, and they do wish the best for each other. This isn't for show, all right? But speaking of it being a show, there is something that we've consistently done since we got this show started, and that's Forgive, Focus, Fly.
Here we go.
So that we can, y'all already know the deal. So that everybody can keep flying in their own direction, but still together, let's forgive, focus, fly. Brad Paschal, count it off, brother.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Forgive.
Focus.
Focus. And
Focus.
Fly. And keep growing.
And keep
there we go.
Keep growing. Absolutely love it, everybody. You all are incredible. We appreciate you all. Car guys and car gals, thank you for tuning in for another Fixed Ops Friday. What's going on, Jess Burkhart? Good to see you out here. What is happening, Miss Sorrel? Amanda, how are you? Love what you're cooking up. Love seeing you, Don Brady, jump into this brew today. And we're so glad that each and every one of you have taken the time to watch this, whether on the live or on the replay. But we have been having fun with our special guest today, the one, the only, Brad Paschal, and helping co-host this incredible show, the one, the only, Moon, and I am Lou Ramirez, the car guy, and we are on a Fixed Ops Friday live from the service department or the parts holding room over at Lewiston Ford, and we are excited to be brewing solutions with you.
Hey, Lou.
Tag car
Lou,
guys,
real
tag
quick.
car gals. We'll see you
in 2 weeks. We'll be having our digital dealer show. So kind of our digital dealer preview. Everybody that's going to be on will be kind of doing a session at Digital Dealer, all that stuff. So don't miss it. That'll be, I think it's April 28th. So definitely will be a good show. We're going to have a lot of people on this one. So it's going to be a little interesting, but we'll make it work.
That's awesome. My wife is doing a presentation at Digital Dealer. So check her out too. Well,
nice.
While you're down there, she's way better. She's a way more impressive Paschal in the family. So, and everybody agrees with that.
Just because she puts up with you, but that's okay.
That's right. That's right.
All right, guys, I got to run. Thank you so much, Brad. Impressive. Stay in touch, buddy. All right, we'll be in touch later.
See you guys later.
Have a great one, you all. Your focus fly. Keep going.